In this video, I am going to briefly explain the settings in the upper right corner. Hopefully this should be a fairly short video. You have the general settings over here, and I covered this in a separate video. I went through all the different settings and kind of explained what they were, but you can selectively override any and every generation, and this is how you do it up here in the settings thing. So you can see there's a copy of every single setting, but I am making this video to explain there's some settings that are unique to generation. Presets is one. Presets override a group of settings. So you can stack presets. You can click remove to remove a setting. Image, these right here, image variation, reroll image, reroll upscale. There's really not a need to do these manually. So if you go to a random image, we can click the select stuff. So for example, select variations. If we do that, it'll automatically fill this in for us and load it in. So I generally don't recommend ever touching these because it's easier to use these from within the image detail viewer. Chaos is a rather interesting one. There are several settings related to keyword mangling, keyword editing, and stuff, and you can make the prompt overall much more chaotic. You can also do the inverse and make it a lot less chaotic. These are shortcuts, enemy words and non-enemy words. Enemy words says to use the lists that are specific to anime-based models, and then non-enemy words it does the opposite, and it uses keywords, use the normal like dictionary lists and artists, and doesn't use the anime stuff. These are just conveniences, and if you really want to make mostly anime images, you typically don't even need to use this. You can just go into your settings and change the keyword stuff there. This is animation stuff. I'm going to cover animation stuff in a separate video. If you want to generate an image that is animated, then typically you would set the animation frames to a number. This other stuff, the animation starting frame, you can typically leave that to default. And this right here, animate file and more animation frames too. Again, this has to do with animating an existing image, and that is better done in the image detail viewer. So you can mostly ignore this. Honestly, this is all the special settings. Literally everything else is just the normal settings that was covered in the previous video. Let's add a landscape and mountains. Let's use Hewn. Hewn is a higher quality sampler. Hewn, I find it doesn't animate the best. So if you're looking to possibly animate something in the future, I find Hewn, it can sometimes add a lot more variation to each frame, which makes it not less consistent. But for non-animated images, it does produce higher quality images. Steps, let's change steps to 64. So we got a lot of good steps. We got hewn, we got landscape plus mountains. Let's see what we generate. And oh my gosh, this image is gorgeous. So let's look at the image. This is absolutely pretty. This is a little short video, but I'm glad I got to kind of cover generation settings that can override default or the global settings. Thank you for watching. Bye.